Wow, what am I seeing? I see the Lord trampling down the nations with his might, but it's kind of like Father God got off his throne and he's stomping around the nations. He's breaking foundations that are not of him. Okay, and high government officials, and this will be told of. I'm setting places in time. Now he's saying for us to forgive, because great exposure is going to happen in the news. And he said have hearts of forgiveness with the things that you see up next. And it's like something explosive. And he's saying they will tell all, and many people will not be able to bear it. What? Lord. Okay. This is what he was showing me. I saw a child sacrifice, but to the point where people were eating them. And then what did you say? Yeah, cannibalism. And then I saw, I forgot what the second thing you just showed me. Okay, I'm not saying that. He's showing me particular people. I'm not saying the people though. Lord, I'm not saying those people, Lord. Jeez. Serete haramate shirete si harama mamayeshi haya masaya. Well, you're not going on, and I don't want to say that. Can we like do a segue? Okay. Saramate aya. Okay. I'm gonna say this. Chuck Schumer. I see Chuck Schumer. And there's words that he's given me about Chuck Schumer. And those words still stand. He said pay attention and focus. Okay, Lord. Oh boy. Lord, is there anything else you want to say? He said every area of sex trafficking will be exposed. He said all doors will be open for the world to see, and he's not playing around about this. He said it's been long enough, and much has went on behind the doors, behind the scenes. He said my children will be well. They will grow and they will learn who I am. And he's speaking of all these children.
On January 30th, 2026, the Department of Justice released over, I think it was 3.5 million pages of the Jeffrey Epstein documents. But buried in that release is an internal FBI email. I think it was from August 28th, 2019. And you're not going to believe what's in this email. And let's just say it kind of proves the whole premise of this video correct. But we're going to start with that and work our way backwards. So in this interview, I'm just going to read it because I don't think there's any room for speculation. And some of the things in here are too hot for YouTube. So I'm going to have to blank out some of the words, unfortunately, but that's the nature of this. The subject line of this email is interview with a purported Epstein victim, a male victim, and he described what he witnessed on a yacht. This is something that has been, let's just say, suppressed in the mainstream. They like to paint this picture as totally false. There is nothing factual about it, and people who bring it up have something wrong with them. Except that couldn't be farther from the truth, and we're going to prove that in this video. So what did he witness? What did he witness on that yacht, that fateful day that these FBI agents are talking about in this internal email? Well, he witnessed, let's just say, babies being...
Wait, what are you saying? Don't say it. Don't say it.
They witnessed babies that were being unalived, and pieces of those were removed from them and consumed. Let's just say that, all right? And guys, I just want to be clear. I'm not saying this actually happened. What I'm saying is this is in the Jeffrey Epstein emails. So whether or not this happened, you be the judge. I'm just presenting to you what's in the emails. But it doesn't stop there, because this man, this victim, described it as a ritualistic sacrifice. He even said that his own feet were cut with a scimitar. And guys, here's the crazy part. Again, I'm not saying whether this is true or not. I'm just saying it's simply in the files. This man, he named George H.W. Bush. And we know he was in Skull and Bones, and he's been accused of being let's just say, involved with some pretty shady things. So whether or not that's true, that's up to you. But the FBI agent's written response to his colleague says something like this. He said, "I didn't realize Bush him too." And the fact that he used the word "to," the FBI agent used the word "to" in this email, in my opinion, it indicates that there were others that were implicated in this, and the FBI knew the names of those other people. Now, why those emails aren't released with this batch, who knows? With over 3 million files released, with over 3 million documents released, I think it's going to take a while for people to go through it and to really dig up the true meat of this, right?
Okay, so I made it a point to go look it up for myself, the Jeffrey Epstein Files, and look up what he's speaking of. And I pulled up the email from August 28th, 2019. And this is what it says. I like to add a few other points disclosed by the purported victim. While on the yacht, he witnessed an African-American male having with white blonde females, all of whom were he was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut with a smiter but left no scarring. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from their intestines. He was also by George Bush the first, one. Victim disclosed he was escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, who was the creator of True Pundit, described by multiple online sources as a conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in a bad light. Moore has a criminal record as a result of an FBI investigation, copyright infringement. Let me know if you want to discuss the former FBI agent that called into the head of the office. Thanks. Now, this is a legit email from nypd.org. Well, I know because I was a police officer and I had the same email. What's crazy is that they didn't cover up Detective Harkin's name. I could just go look him up right now and see who he is. But they redacted everybody else's name from a detective in NYPD, Detective Bureau Child Exploitation, Human Trafficking Task Force, to the FBI. You're only going to send this if it's true. If this is something that really happened, guys. So as much as they tried to downplay it, someone came into the FBI or the NYPD and reported this. And here's another one. Let's look at it. On Tuesday, August 27, 2019, myself and SA conducted an interview of a purported victim of Jeffrey Epstein as per a referral by former FBI SA, they're blanking out their name, and journalist Michael Moore, not the filmmaker. The results are as follows. At 1200 hours, that's military time, so that means 12 p.m., a male identified as one blank blank arrived at C2 office. Blank stated he was unemployed and reside with his mother and unemployed morbidly obese boyfriend. Blank stated he was ingested mushrooms, as well as other illicit substances in the past and currently smokes marijuana. Blank reported being raped, sodomized by his great uncle since the age of 5 years old until age 22. Blank described meeting Epstein at a yacht, and blank of his relatives were members. I wonder why they redacted that. First at age 5 and later at age 8. Blank states he was raped, sodomized by Epstein in 2000 on a large yacht, 9 out of blank, as well as by former U.S. President William Clinton. Okay? Blank states the also current President Trump also, along with his wife Melania, were present during the said yacht trip in 2000. Trump not married to his current spouse Melania until 2005. Blank reports while being raped by Epstein and Clinton, he was in a heavy drug-induced state. Blank stated all of the above incidents were recovered repressed memories until he began therapy sometime in 2016 approximately. Blank offered no supporting or corroborating evidence or witnesses that could be contacted. Blank appeared to be emotionally unbalanced and not intoxicated. At this time, it is not recommended that any additional investigative resources be expanded concerning this claim. So that was from a detective from NYPD. And how this is handled, if someone in NYPD is telling you someone of that nature has done something to you, someone like Clinton, you're going to report it to the FBI, but what evidence do you have when they've done MK Ultra on you, when they've done trauma-based memory loss on you, so you only remember when those suppressed thoughts come back to you after getting some type of help or therapy. So what evidence does this person really have to say that this happened years ago to them? None. But the simple fact that it was reported to the police, and not just this, multiple things were reported to police, but nothing was ever done about that, holds weight. And this was 2019, years ago. There would be no reason for a person to just come in and say that this happened to them. So even though the allegations are alleged and there's no proof of it, the fact that someone would actually report that, for me, is enough. And it is prophecy being fulfilled that everything hidden will be exposed. The Lord literally said cannibalism. That's what we literally see with these 3 million files that have been released. That's another prophecy fulfilled, because the Lord said that when they tried to close it, everything happened with the case, and then they were ordered to open it, right? But it's going to go even further, because the Lord said that everything is going to be unredacted as well. So no matter what it looks like, the Lord will have his way. So remember, he unfolds it little by little by little by little. So, and it's so interesting because people were removing the redactions from it. They were so sloppy with it that some of the redactions that they redacted could be removed. Those black spots that you see, those black bars, people were just removing it through a program and seeing what was beneath it. And I think if you have 3 million documents, you would probably get sloppy with it at some point. Just saying. But remember what the Lord said in the word to forgive. And these are the people that he was saying. Not everybody was mentioned here, but there's 3 million files. And there's more explosive evidence to come, he just said. So guys, let me know what you think about this in the description box. Leave a like. And if you watch me and you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit that notification button. So every time I do a new video or I go live to pray for you, you will be notified. All right, speak to you guys soon.